It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And it is Raptor basketball tonight as the Toronto Raptors go up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, for the Pelicans, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. Well, tonight we get to see one of the top point guards in the league, and Kyle Lowry. You know all about his ability to shoot and come up with big plays, but he also has a great basketball IQ, studies the game as much as anybody does.
Oh, he's a student of the game. He watches film, from what I hear, religiously all the time, trying to exploit the weaknesses of his opposition. He's fantastic with his court awareness. I love Kyle Lowry.
Do you watch a lot of film, Shaq?
I don't watch a lot of film, but I watch this guy. He's the second coming of Chris Paul.
Really?
He's developed into a leader and a coach on the floor.
Wow, that is very, very strong from you, Shaq.
Best leader in basketball.
Kenny,
a friend
do you
of
watch
mine
a lot of
always says
films?
that.
I did watch a lot of film, you know.
Do you watch many films?
Yeah, I watch, I just saw a couple movies by Denzel Washington, a couple movies by, I watch a lot of film.
I only got one film I watch, Ernie.
What's that?
Your highlight reel.
I Am Kazam.
We'll see you later.
The crowd is assembled at the Air Canada Centre, looking for a Raptors victory here in Toronto. And we've got it live right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, our game analysts, and from the sideline, David Aldridge. This is the last stop for the Pelicans before returning to New Orleans. Challenging part of the schedule, and this is where they need to buckle down and take care of business.
And I think for New Orleans, they haven't made any of the strides they were hoping to see prior to the season. Again, hanging around at the bottom of the standings.
And with one eye already on the offseason, I would guess they start tinkering with lineups, different personnel combinations as this season wraps up. That way they can start forming a plan for the future.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for New Orleans right now, we've got Holiday, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Diallo, and it's Rajon Rondo, and it's Miller in at the 3 spot.
And really, DeMar DeRozan is a master at what he calls body hunting, that ability to just kind of draw a foul. I think he and James Harden actually are the guys that have really kind of set the tone for how to create those opportunities to get to the line.
Now here's Lowry following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Just 5 on the clock. He gets that one. DeRozan's got the opening bucket of the night here for Toronto.
I think the fans always hope for the spectacular with DeMar DeRozan, but those mid-range are just money.
Diallo the pass to Holiday. Down low. It's tipped. Here's Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. And it's the Raptors ball. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
They needed a few extra minutes to get the W in that game, but they got it just the same.
You know, this was about their perseverance and their conditioning. To me, that was the difference in overtime.
Now here is Lowry. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Chicago.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
There's Diallo after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. Diallo kicks to Rondo. Outside Holiday. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And Toronto has possession. Lowry with the ball. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
Well, I wouldn't say the D was exceptional, but it certainly was enough to bother him.
Rondo kicks to Holiday. Jacks up a 3, and it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Holiday's got 5.
Don't underestimate him. He can knock that down.
Ibaka outside. Rosen dishes to Ibaka. Miller against DeRozan. Miller, no luck.
That's simply not aggressive enough. Needs to show grit and determination, and didn't on that one.
And Rondo sends it back. New Orleans leading by 3. And it's Miller penetrating. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And in today's game, we're really so used to thinking of passing as the key to an efficient offense. But this Raptors club, they do it a different way. For them, the screen is the assist, giving their guards space to pull up or attack the rim.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Raptors for the last few seasons, Greg, right at the bottom of the league in assists.
Yeah, but nevertheless, they do make good decisions. They're a low turnover team, and they've been pretty efficient offensively. One area where you can offset that is by their ability to get to the free throw line, because that puts a lot of pressure on your defense with their ability to attack.
Just getting our feet wet here in the early season, but Doris, the talented teams that aren't coming together yet, how long do you think before they have to make some adjustments?
I certainly don't think you take any observation you've made in the first 20 of the games of the season and run with it. It's such a short span of time to evaluate. And again, you may be having players who are not 100% healthy or are not quite in NBA game shape yet because of whatever occurred in the offseason. So I would think decisions are not made in the NBA in terms of, okay, do we need to make a trade? Do we need to adjust starters versus those who are coming off the bench? What's our rotation? Who's getting what kind of minutes? I would certainly think the feeling out process is as long as 20 games. Listen, if you're a GM, you're always in observation mode, but I think in terms of decision making, boy, before 20 games, I don't think you know what you have.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Rondo. A 23-point game for him in the win against Indiana.
And his passing also off the charts in that game. In just about every aspect of their offense, he was dialed in.
Now here's Powell. Lowry passes to DeRozan. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And DeMar DeRozan, a multiple All-Star, last season a career high for him in scoring.
Yeah, this guy has become dominant on the offensive end. If you want to nitpick his game, you could say he could be a better defender. And certainly, with his ability to rebound, his athleticism, I think he's just scratching the surface on that end.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
Well, I think you have to admit that DeMar DeRozan is a guy who's gotten better with age. He's always been great, but I think now certainly one of the elite offensive players in the entire association.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And the Pelicans at last season's trade deadline making the big deal for DeMarcus Cousins.
You know, you look at Anthony Davis being paired with Cousins, and certainly on paper you could make the argument that they've got the best 1-2 punch on the front line in the league. 2 Kentucky guys, great size and offensive skill in terms of their versatility. If they can surround them with shooters and some perimeter defense, I think this group could be scary.
Here is Lowry following the score by New Orleans. He kicks it to DeRozan. And the Raptors miss again.
Well, despite his struggles from the field in this period, you know he's going to keep asking for the basketball.
Diallo kicks to Rondo. New Orleans moving the ball around. Rondo with a screen for Holiday. Back to Rondo. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And here we go. Here's Powell. Pelicans with the rebound. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
I mean, they were so impressive offensively. And when you do that, that can really help you on the road.
I think intensity is the key, right, Greg? When you play with energy on the offensive end, good things usually happen.
Now, here's DeRozan. A 38-point game for him in the win against Chicago.
And don't forget the sensational plays he made out there. He saw the court so well, firing perfect passes to teammates for wide-open shots.
Now here's Powell. D right on him. He feeds it to Valanciunas. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Screened by Valanciunas. Lowry from outside. Cousins pulls it in. The Pelicans have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. DeRozan against Miller. And he's good on the 3-ball. Miller's got 7 points in the game.
Boy, the D just not quite close enough to prevent that 3. I mean, you can't give him that kind of space.
Lobs it up for Ibaka.
Well, for all the talk about the accurate shooters in the league, give it up to Kyle Lowry for his precise passing ability.
Rondo kicks to Holiday. Passes it to Diallo. Shoots. And that one's good. Cousins has got his second basket of the night.
From the opening tip, he's been active and working for good looks. He's been pretty accurate.
Off the screen, and it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Well, that's a grown man move right there. Jonas Valanciunas, there was nothing gentle about that one, Kevin.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. This game against Toronto here, it's their first look at the Raptors.
Yeah, it should be an interesting matchup tonight. These two teams will only face off twice all season.
Well, so you want to make these opportunities count, right? Since they don't see each other often, it's going to be an intriguing battle.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. New Orleans making some changes here. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for New Orleans.
And they haven't been able to exploit the three from the corner. Maybe some better ball movement would help open the floor and get that shot into their arsenal.
And the basket by Hill. Raptors trail by 4. Pass to Nogueira. Back to Wright. 6 to shoot. Shot off the screen. It's Cunningham with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that ball.
The feed to Hill. Pass to Ajinça. Over Nogueira. Got a hand on it. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Clark. He had 10 points in the win against Indiana. Allen's shot is off. Miles against Allen. Count that one.
You can see the confidence of C.J. Miles down in the paint, right? He's got long arms to get the shot off whenever he wants.
They set the screen. Here's Allen. Here is Cunningham. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Good from Cunningham.
Well, the Raptors have been a top-tier team in the East. There's no question about it. You think back to 2014, maybe a rebuild. They trade away Rudy Gay. Kyle Lowry, there was some talk of him going to the Knicks. That falls through. All of a sudden, the team starts winning, and they haven't looked back.
And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans. Siakam pulls it in.
Boy, that's high-impact defense in the lane, standing tall to deny the easy bucket.
Here's Allen, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul goes against Toronto.
And Allen, just an incredible defender, has a grit and grind mentality and uses his speed and strong hands to just annoy offensive players.
Free throw, good. Allen. And you talk about the Raptors front office, very progressive and very aggressive. Doris, they're willing to take a risk in pursuit of a title.
Well, they have excellent leadership at the top, and it's a group that prioritizes winning. They are willing to be aggressive in the acquisition of talent, and they are always in search of pieces that will improve their roster.
And so he hits both. One trend we've seen, Doris, is the shift away from one primary ball handler toward a more collective approach. Do you think that change is here to stay?
Well, it'll be interesting. I do think the NBA is very much a copycat league. So you think back to the 90s and the slowed down, grinded battles between the Miami Heat and the New York Knicks, to now the pace and space offenses that is so much fun for us to watch. What's the next evolution? We saw the San Antonio Spurs play big. Is there a team that wants to reformulate the NBA, find success? As you know, everybody's trying to beat the champ. And right now, the champ is all about pace and space and equal opportunity offense.
Indeed.
Not everyone has the green light to take that free in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
Now, here is Hill. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Cunningham gets the bucket.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
Raptors trail by 7. Earlier, David Aldridge spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. Dave, what'd you find out?
Well, Kevin, I asked him what the strategy was offensively, and he said, look, we want to avoid having to take so many outside shots. They want to exploit what he described as a mismatch inside. He said, we have the talent down low to make things very difficult on those guys, and we're going to use it. Evan?
All right, David, thanks.
Just doing the job on the backboard. Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. And here are the Raptors now. 1:09 left here in the opening quarter. And it's Wright missing. New Orleans leading by 9. And Dante Cunningham gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. The pass to Anunoby. He dishes it to Miles. Passes it to Anunoby. Shot from free throw range. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Allen outside. Inside. Cunningham. It's deflected. Wright outside. And Allen with the block. And they'll keep possession. Good on the bucket. 23 seconds left to play here in the first. Kicks to Cunningham. The shot bounces high off the rim and drops. Cunningham's got 8. 3 seconds left. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And so it's New Orleans bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We've got more in store for you right after this. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you guys think?
Tough defense throughout that first period, and it's really paying dividends.
Well, I think there's a level of physicality with them right now and not allowing the opponent to feel comfortable getting into their heads just a bit.
New Orleans leading by 7, setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Alexis Ajinça is out there with Cunningham. And it's Tony Allen. Then there's Solomon Hill. And it's Clark in at point guard.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And the Raptors with the ball, following the score by New Orleans. Here's Nogueira. And the shot goes in.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
There's a screen. Nobody near Allen. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And Wright kicks to Siakam. And the rejection by Ajinça. Feeds it to Allen. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Siakam's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Anunoby. They get the rebound. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce. Yeah, and the Pelicans, after making the playoffs in 2015, had some high expectations with superstar Anthony Davis, but last year was a bit of a disappointment, and it forced them to kind of pull the trigger and go out and land DeMarcus Cousins. So their fortunes now, I think, are going to be held by those 2 anchors on the front line.
2 shots.
And the first one drops. Greg, what would you say is the key for the Pelicans to get back in the playoff mix?
There's several. I think rebounding was a big problem. The trade for Cousins should help in that area, and every team needs more shooting. But I think in particular, this group does. And then first and foremost, look, you got to stay healthy. Hard to figure out what you have when you never get a chance to see it.
And Wright kicks to Siakam. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Siakam's got 6.
Well, Mouse in the house. He recognizes the size advantage and goes right to the rim. Good aggressive play.
Outside Hill. Takes a shot at the elbow. And again, New Orleans has no luck. And that's a foul called an Alexis Aginson. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for New Orleans. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Cunningham. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Ian Clark. Raptors trail by 4. Now here's Lowry. There's the pick. Dishes to Miles. Off target from outside.
Boy, he's so used to having a hand in his face that I think it caught him off guard to be that wide open.
Raptors have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Screen by Valanciunas. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And let's take a look at some numbers for Kyle Lowry. Averaging 15 points a game, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
There's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
Now here's Lowry. A wide open look here for DeRozan. Bangs home the trifecta. DeRozan's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Boy, firing the jumper as soon as he receives the pass. DeRozan doesn't give the defender any time to react.
To stop the drought, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Yeah, and last season, DeMarcus Cousins moving on in that blockbuster trade. Really impossible to get equal value for a star like Cousins, but he was pleased, I think, to put all the rumors of being traded to bed.
Free throw good from Cousins. And with Cousins, he found out that he was being traded to the Pelicans while at the All-Star game in New Orleans.
And it's never easy fitting in with another star like the Brow, but Cousins is just so skilled that you knew they would find a balance. And at the end of the day, Cousins seems to be happy with a team who is committed to him.
Greg, when you watch DeMarcus Cousins play, you can see the beating he takes in the post, can't you?
Yeah, and that's just how it goes with star centers, with the size and activity of Cousins. Just like Shaq in the sense, big bruising centers are hard to officiate. Other players can lay into them and not even make a dent, but anyone else, it would be a foul.
Diallo the pass to Cousins. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers for DeMarcus Cousins. 8th in rebounding, 10th in blocks, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And he's a top 10 rebounder this year for good reason. He's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the entire game. And the first one at the line is good. And basketball's popularity in Canada, Doris, is skyrocketing.
And though it would be unthinkable years ago, basketball is now challenging hockey in terms of youth participation. So it's really no wonder we're seeing so many great NBA players who have come down from Canada. Love it.
You know, Doris, when it comes to leadership, there are so many different ways to do it, different ways of leading among the players who are some of the more vocal leaders out there? Who do you have circled?
You know, I think leadership sometimes, Kevin, requires that you make your teammates uncomfortable, and that's not always easy to do. So the two guys that come to mind for me are both Chris Paul and LeBron James. One, they're going to hold themselves to an incredibly high standard. And unless you're willing to do that, it's hard to bring everybody with you. So in terms of leadership, the guys I like watching the most right now in the current NBA are both Chris Paul and LeBron James.
Great examples. Here's Miller after the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. Cousins dishes to Holiday. Just 5 to shoot. He can't get that one to fall. And Toronto will come the other way. It's off to Boston for him after this game.
And DeMar DeRozan says, I've got a little showman in me. My goodness gracious, sets the crowd on fire with that one.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
It's good.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Pelicans do have their challenges, but Anthony Davis remains committed to winning in New Orleans. He said, I love it here. I don't plan on leaving. Yes, I fit into that old school category where I want to try to win where I start my career. That's always been a goal of mine. My goal is to bring the championship here. Kevin?
And David, loyalty does go a long way. Davis is a perfect guy to build your team around. He wants to win. The 15-footer, Miller, no up. And here's Toronto. They're on a 16-6 run. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got his 3rd rebound tonight. And Holiday kicks to Diallo. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. And of course, free throws always so important. Here are the leaders. You take a look at Powell, one of the league's best, 3rd in free throw percentage.
And you simply got to avoid sending him to the line. Absolutely no one has better form from the stripe than he does.
Cousins. And a miss there on the triple. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Launches it. The shot by Powell, no good. The Pelicans trail. Here's Miller. Miller with another miss. Now running, there comes Lowry, pushing the ball up. To the paint. Wants to get it to DeRozan and does. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Just terrific communication between teammates. DeRozan times his leap to perfection, and the pass was perfect.
Here's Holiday. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Holiday's got 5 points now in the quarter. The Raptors have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. And DeRozan kicks to Powell. Screen by Ibaka. It's tipped. And the whistle stops gameplay. It's not a clean block shot. Instead, a shooting foul. And we'll see free throws coming up right here. The Raptors shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts. 81%.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. And the New Orleans Pelicans last season with one of the worst offensive rebounding percentages in history.
Yeah, I mean, it improved somewhat with DeMarcus Cousins coming in. But I think really it's the team's philosophy, though. They value getting back in transition more than they value a chance to attack that offensive glass. And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
To the right side. Here's Rondo. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
It's underrated, but Rondo possesses terrific strength. Even when you get the contact, he has a way of being able to create and finish shots.
free throw drops for Rondo. Well, a few things have become clear with Rondo in the past few seasons. One, Greg, he needs to be happy with his situation in order to be productive. And two, he can give you big numbers at times, but he isn't.
That's unbelievable. I think I can make the case that DeMar DeRozan finishes through contact like a big man. This guy is tremendous at end-one opportunities.
This is his third free throw attempt of the game.
And that 82% free throw percentage this season must have him feeling pretty good about himself at the line.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses. Doris, you ended a very successful college career a few years before professional women's basketball was fully established. How much do you wish you could have had a chance to go pro and play in what is now the WNBA?
How about this, Kev? The last 10 minutes of my senior season, the last 10 minutes of my final game, I blow out my knee. Otherwise, I would have gone to either Sweden or Ireland to play professionally. But sure, of course I wish the WNBA was formed. It came 10 years after my graduation in 1987. Oh, what could have been.
Yeah. And Doris is thriving, right? I mean, there is such a following for the WNBA.
Last year's finals may be the most competitive in history. It's really grown leaps and bounds.
So fun to watch. Screen by Cousins. Here's Miller. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for DeRozan.
Well, this is what you wanted to see from him. I mean, he's not settling for anything and is going right at the defender, taking the ball to the rim whenever he can. And the attitude he's had on offense is keeping his team flying around, as his energy is contagious out there right now.
The first free throw is good. He doesn't get the second one. And the Raptors with a strong bench unit.
Well, Kev, if you look at what's called the, quote, net rating for their bench, overall they were 3rd best last season. And to me, that goes directly to the ability in their front office. Great scouting, great analytics, and always able to find contributors to fill out their roster.
Holiday, the pass to Diallo. And he comes off the screen and slams it through.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Rondo kicks to Cousins. Over Ibaka. That shot off. Toronto leading by 3. And oh, here we go. Lowry's got the fast break chance. And here's Rondo. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Screen by Cousins. Holiday with the 3. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got his 3rd assist on the night. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. The dish to Valanciunas. Screen by Ibaka. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. The drive by Rondo. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
And just enjoy watching Rondo utilize that speed on the drive. Just kind of nice through the defense there and dares you to attack it.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball, exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Dante Cunningham's checked in for Miller, and Ian Clark subbed in for Drew Holiday. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Here's Diallo. Ibaka with some nice D.
Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball was that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
DeRozan against Rondo. Shoots over DeRozan. And again, New Orleans has no up.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Pass to Anunoby. He kicks it to DeRozan. It's stolen by Rondo. To the middle. Poked loose. Diallo. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound in this one. Wright with it. He's picked up by Rondo. And it's Wright missing. New Orleans has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And it's Clark in the corner. Rondo against DeRozan from 18 feet away. Jump shot is good that time. Clark's got his first bucket of the night. You talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Here's DeRozan, and it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Over in the corner, Cunningham puts up a 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Boy, he's so used to having a hand in his face that I think it caught him off guard to be that wide open.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. Some changes for Toronto. Siakam is checked in for Ibaka. And it's C.J. Miles in for DeMar DeRozan. New Orleans also making some changes. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Cousins. Solomon Hill comes in for Diallo. And Tony Allen subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Now, Wright still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. 6 to shoot. Nogueira passes to Anunoby. Over Hill. Offensive rebound. Siakam misses. New Orleans in the lead. We've got 1:08 left to play here in the second quarter. Clark for 3. And that one is off. The Raptors shooting in the second quarter around 42%. And Miles kicks to Siakam. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for Miles. Averaging about 11 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers solid, not spectacular. And sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Clark for 3. Nogueira pulls it in. Toronto shooting 40% from the field. And the wide open shot from Miles. And the Raptors miss again.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down 1 in the first.
Cunningham dishes it to Allen. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far. Raptors trail by 3. Wright with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Pass to Anunoby. From deep three-point range, the long distance 3 is buried. Anunoby's got it all tied up now for the Raptors. And so it's DeMar DeRozan making highlights for the Toronto Raptors. It's been an excellent game for him offensively. He's got 21 points and counting. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Jonas Valanciunas. You have been in the zone so far. What has your approach been down low in the paint?
You know, I'm just playing my game. Kyle Lowry doing a great job passing the ball, so, you know, it's good to play like that.
Starts with inside-out play, right? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. DeMar DeRozan putting in some serious work for the team tonight. He had 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. There was a lot to like about his first 2 quarters in this one. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
You have to love a team that pounds the offensive glass. That's going to gain you extra possessions. And check this out. Sometimes just having more offensive chances than your opponent wins the basketball game.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
The thing I like is their aggressive approach and getting to the line. You know, when things seem to stagnate on offense, it's sometimes a matter of forcing your will. This team can generate a lot of points and also dictate the pace of the game if they play with that aggressiveness.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
The evening commute has plenty of people on the move here tonight in Toronto, where we welcome you back to On 2K. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
You know, my favorite thing, Greg, I think he showed no fear in attacking the defense. He got on the interior with ease.
The Pelicans shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Ibaka is the 4, and Valanciunas in the middle. Norman Powell is out there with Lowry, and it's DeRozan in at the 3 spot. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
He's off on the first. And he's good on the second.
I think you'd have to say this about Coach Dwayne Casey. He is very consistent with his approach. The players know what he expects, and hard work is always at the top of that list.
And Lowry gets it to go.
Well, Kevin, this guy's proven over and over that despite his size disadvantage, he's still able to score in the paint.
Outside Holiday. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got assist number 5 here tonight. Here's Lowry. And Doris, as consistent as Casey is, flexibility is also an asset for a head coach, isn't it?
Well, I think it certainly can be, Kev. And you see Dwayne Casey starting to experiment a bit more, trusting the younger players, in-game adjustments. Obviously, trying different combinations is important, especially in the playoffs.
And not even 3 quarters out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. And that one's good. Cousins.
And Cousins just relentless at attacking down low.
Now here's DeRozan. He's got 21. Screened by Ibaka. Powell, the pass to Valanciunas. Pelicans pull it in. Cousins has got his 8th rebound here tonight. DeRozan against Miller. He feeds it to Rondo. Over Lowry. Rondo kicks to Miller. Here's Cousins. Lays it up off the glass. And now a three-point Pelican lead.
Really like the energy I'm seeing from this offense. 3 for 4 to open the third.
Lowry against Rondo. To the inside. It's hauled in by Diallo. Diallo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Floats it up for Cousins. The alley-oop layup, very well done. And the Pelicans lead by 5.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And DeRozan, here we go. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, this guy just attacks, gets the defender on their heels. DeMar DeRozan dictating the action on his way to the cup.
For Toronto, they have shot 67% from the line, going 6 of 9. And he makes the first. DeMar DeRozan hits them both.
I'll tell you, he's coming through for them at the free throw line today. His form has been perfect.
And then Cousins with the dunk.
And Cousins with that aggressive scoring mentality. This is a guy who wants to dominate.
Raptors trail by 5. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Raptors coach Dwayne Casey talked about the chemistry on his team. He said, we couldn't be better. There's no ego, no hidden agendas. Guys understand their roles. Kyle Lowry told me we're a complete team, 15 deep, and we really mean that. You never know whose time it's going to be. Kevin?
DA depth is a crucial part of any team's success. Knowing you can rely on your teammates to step up is huge. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's the screen. Powell dishes to Ibaka. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Lowry. That one a little long.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
Here's Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Yeah, and Rondo just working the ball around there. He loves finding his teammates when they're open in the sweet spots.
And here's Lowry. 6 points for him. Powell with the screen. It's DeRozan with the drive. And the rejection by Cousins. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. So it's Toronto now. But they recover it.
Wow, just getting all the luck right now, it seems. Good bounce.
Back to Powell. Outside Lowry. Three-pointer. Buries it from three-point range. Lowry's got 9.
Ooh, finally hitting one from range. That's his first 3 of the night.
Cousins with a screen on Lowry. The kick out to Holiday. Takes the 3. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And when you look at the Pelicans, you got to expect for them to be one of the top defensive teams in the league. You've got the Twin Towers down low, and Drew Holiday is in the top handful, I think, of defensive point guards in the league.
The feed to Rondo. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 6.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Now DeRozan, 23 points in the game. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And we take a look here at the shot chart for New Orleans.
And when you come into a game with the mindset of going right at the rim and not settling for outside shots, this is what your shot chart will look like. Every chance they've had to either attack the paint or play back to the basket, they've taken it, and it's been a complete success thus far.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan. Some changes for Toronto. Pascal Siakam comes in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's C.J. Miles in for Norman Powell. The Pelicans also changing it up. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Diallo. Hill comes in for Darius Miller. And Tony Allen subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Both free throws good from DeRozan.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Over in the corner, Cousins. Back to Holiday. Here's the screen. Over Lowry. Here's Cousins. Rebound by the Raptors. Ibaka's got his 5th rebound in this one. Allen against Miles. He dishes it to Lowry. Lets it go from 14. Drained for 2 points. Lowry's got 11 points.
Well, just terrific touch from the mid-range. That is something Kyle Lowry has always used to a major advantage.
Allen kicks to Ajinça. Back to Allen. And there's the pass to Cousins. Just 5 to shoot.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Holiday. He's averaging 15 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins.
And you can tell that Cousins wants to win badly. A super competitive guy. His skill set is off the charts.
New Orleans making a switch here. Clark's checked in. Both free throws good from Cousins. And the Raptors with the ball. And Wright kicks to Miles. Passes it to Anunoby. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Miles against Allen. And the rejection by Cousins.
When he puts everything he has into his defense, Cousins can be a force. Big, strong, and smart. Of course, he's going to block his share of shots when he's committed.
Cunningham, he's checked in for New Orleans.
One shot.
And Hill, no good on that one.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Miles with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. And Wright kicks to Siakam. Wright outside. Nogueira gets a screen for Wright. Three-pointer. He can't get that one. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. Allen kicks to Cunningham. Ball stolen. Right outside. Pass to Anunoby. Kicks to Miles. Feeds it to Wright. Over Ajinça, and the rejection by Ajinça. Picked away. Nogueira passes to Wright. Dishes it to Miles. It's Nogueira top of the key. It's stolen by Hill. To the middle. Here's Clark. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Clark's got his second basket of the night.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And Wright kicks to Nogueira. For Ajinça. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down to 6, and the bucket from Nogueira.
Boy, you have got to love the dime, the pass on time and on target.
Out to the right wing. Hill kicks to Allen. The dish to Ajinça. Clark for 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Nogueira's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Miles the pass to Wright. Here's Siakam. He has 6. He kicks to Miles. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pelicans with the rebound.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Cunningham, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
Two shots.
First one falls for. That one is no good. Raptors trail by 7. Pass to Nogueira. There's a screen. He feeds it to Miles. 6 on the shot clock. Nogueira gets a screen for Miles. Over Allen. Not enough on that one as it misses. New Orleans leading by 7. There's the feed to Clark. To the inside. Here's Ajinça. Nogueira pulls it in.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
And Wright kicks to Miles. Hits it from 3-point range. Miles has got his 3rd basket of the night.
How crafty is C.J. Miles using those screens, right? He knows where to be and when.
Hill dishes to Clark. It's back to Hill. Offensive rebound. Ajinça. New Orleans moving it around. Pick up by Hill. Here's Clark. Here's Ajinça. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Ajinça's got 6 points.
Yeah, the assist has to go to the screen on that play. Gave him all the room he needed to rise and fire.
Right outside. Off the pick. But they get it back.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Miles the pass to Nogueira. Now here's Miles. Not a lot of room. And there's the pass to Anunoby. From outside the arc, yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket for Miles.
Building confidence in that deep ball. 1 from distance in the first, 2 in the second.
Here's Clark, guarded by Wright. Clark kicks to Allen. Cunningham dishes it to Hill. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pass to Miles. Shoots it. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. DeMarcus Cousins, he's been the guy making things happen for the New Orleans Pelicans. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
Get the pass, attack. Pass, attack. But down there, you got to get stopped.
Dwayne Casey focusing on ball movement and finishing strong, but also getting it done on D.
Yeah, getting stops and then taking care of the boards. It's only working if you get control of the basketball.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the fourth quarter going. Cunningham is out there with Darius Miller. Then there's Ian Clark. Then there's Allen. And it's Ajinça in at the 5 spot. Free throw good, Miles. Well over a decade in the NBA for C.J. Miles, taken straight out of high school by the Jazz back in 2005.
And he's just now entering his 30s. A good floor spacer and solid defender at the 2 or 3 spot.
Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Toronto. And New Orleans also making a change. Diallo, he's checked in for Alexis Ajinça.
Well, the lefty C.J. Miles continues to get it done. Such an excellent shooter and length on the defensive end. A good two-way player.
Allen kicks to Cunningham. Here's Clark, guarded by Wright. The 15-footer, and out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for the Raptors. And New Orleans also making a change. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Ian Clark. Toronto trailer. Outside Lowry. Powell with the screen. Lowry with the ball. Now here's Miles. 4 on the clock. Can't connect from 13 feet out. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Rondo kicks to Cunningham. It's Miller on the wing, defended by Miles. Miller, the pass to Cunningham. Good, and Miller gets the assist.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Lowry from outside. Good on the triple. Lowry's got 12 points here in the second half.
After hitting nothing from downtown in the first half, that's his second makes sense.
Miller with a screen on Miles. Rondo dishes to Miller. Back to Rondo. That's tipped. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Powell kicks to Lowry. Now here's Powell, defended by Allen. Valanciunas passes to Powell. To take the lead. Miller grabs the miss. New Orleans in the lead. Here's Allen. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Nogueira's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Powell dishes to Lowry. Screened by Valanciunas. Lowry kicks to Miles. Screen by Valanciunas. Elbow shot is on the way. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
What an effort from C.J. Miles. Willing the shot past the defender. Superb fast release when he's under duress.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Toronto. DeRozan comes in for C.J. Miles. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for New Orleans. Holiday comes in for Allen. Rondo passes to Diallo. Back to Rondo. Inside. Second chance shot. Pass to Diallo. Miller outside. That shot, no good. Nice D from DeRozan. Raptors with the lead. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Feeds to Powell. He dishes it to DeRozan. From deep. It's hauled in by Diallo. Diallo's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Cousins throws it down.
And he is a power player down low. If there's nobody there to stop him, Boogie's going to destroy that rim.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Over Miller. DeRozan can't get that one to fall.
Well, the defense harassing him every step of the way makes that a really tough look.
Outside for Rondo. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Pelicans lead by 4.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Powell with the screen. Goes up to the stripe. Offensive rebound. Kicks it to Lowry. And here's DeRozan. Screen by Ibaka. Another shot. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Kev, very few players in the NBA get to the line as often as DeMar DeRozan. There's a bit of an edge to his game. He's not at all afraid.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan. Both free throws good from DeRozan. Here's Holiday. Screen by Cousins. Holiday dishes to Rondo. Again, Rondo missing. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. Whoops, they pick off the pass.
No doubt for me, the offense looks better in the second half. They've been able to dial down those turnovers, and that's been a huge help.
And Cousins lives at the line, just applies tremendous pressure on the defense.
Siakam is checked in for Serge Ibaka.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins. And Cousins drops them both. Here's DeRozan. Pass to Siakam. This is to Powell. DeRozan, a screen on Holiday. 5 to shoot. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
On defense, the Pelicans. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Valanciunas. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Well, Kevin, to steal a line from you up high and down hard, Jonas Valanciunas. Go ahead, big fella.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Alvin Gentry told his team during the break. He was very fired up. He said, look, this is going to be a big win for us. We close this out, and we'll show the rest of the league who we are.
As long as they can hang on to this lead, he won't have to answer for what's been an off night for him.
Powell, the pass to DeRozan. Valanciunas sets a screen for DeRozan. And stolen by Miller. Rondo kicks to Holiday. From past the arc. The shot, no good. And Toronto will come the other way. Here's Powell. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. New Orleans has gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the 3rd quarter. New Orleans moving the ball around. Here's Cousins. That's tipped. Now Powell. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. Buries it from 3-point range. Lowry's got 6 points in the quarter.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
And Holiday kicks to Diallo. Outside for Rondo. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. And the Pelicans lead by 2. Here's DeRozan. Lowry setting the pick for DeRozan. Outside Lowry. Misses the 3.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Rondo kicks to Diallo. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Well, what an offensive display by DeMar DeRozan. This guy has been a handful all night.
Cousins with a screen on Lowry. Rondo passes to Diallo. Here's Holiday. He can't get that one to fall. Nice D from Valanciunas. DeRozan against Miller. Powell with it. Siakam kicks to Valanciunas. Shoots over Cousins. No good from Valanciunas. New Orleans has gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the 4th. And it's Miller in the corner. The pass to Diallo. Outside Rondo. Now the dish to Miller. 4 on the clock. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And the Raptors making a change here. Nogueira's checked in. Outside Rondo. He kicks it to Cousins. Clock at 6. Miller, the pass to Diallo. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Miller, no luck.
I'll tell you, with the struggle he has had today, he probably won't be their #1 option as they look to close this game out.
New Orleans in the lead. Rondo dishes to Holiday. It's deflected. Now here's Lowry. to tie it up. And the shot is long. Well, for New Orleans, shooting in the fourth quarter, not pretty, down around 29%. It's stolen by DeRozan. Lowry against Rondo. Outside Lowry. Screened by Valanciunas. It's DeRozan with the drive. Nogueira. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even. The Pelicans shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Miller with a screen on DeRozan. Here's Rondo. Shot to end this cold run, and it's Cousins. That time on the assist by Rondo. Cousins has got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, and Cousins never shy when his team needs a game-changing basket.
Screened by Valanciunas. They set the pick. Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1.
Well, let's remember, this guy was part of Team USA that went on to win gold in Rio. And if you remember, Coach K called Lowry the team's unsung hero. Very high praise for Kyle.
Anunoby, he's checked in for Lucas Nogueira. And New Orleans also making a change. Allen's checked in. Rondo kicks to Diallo. They set the pick. It's stolen by Valanciunas. To take the lead, connects, the jumper drops. And that's 21 points for Kyle Lowry.
Lowry letting everybody in the building know if there's a big bucket to be made, get me the ball.
Rondo kicks to Allen. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for the Raptors. And so he makes both from the line.
And that was huge right there. Just as cool as he could be. And he's been clutch at the line there in a very tense moment.
It's DeRozan with the drive. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And New Orleans gets called for the foul. So the first one drops, and that gives them the lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 2-point ball game.
Well done that time. He is a player you can always count on in a situation like that.
Rondo passes to Miller. They set the pick. Here's Diallo. New Orleans moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Toronto's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. DeRozan. And the shot no good, a bit short. So it's the Pelicans now. Outside Rondo to the middle. Diallo. Money!
Fearless, decisive, on point.
Which is exactly what you have to be, especially when your team needs a bucket.
Toronto calls timeout. chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMarcus Cousins.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
The feed now to Miles. Miles with his screen on run. And Miles gets to DeRozan. Nails it!
And this is why they want the ball in DeRozan's hand. This guy is stone cold under pressure.
Still a chance here, but they need to score.
They cannot afford to waste a single possession at this point.
Rondo kicks to Diallo. He feeds it to Allen. Passes it to Cousins. Oh, off target.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, guys, that'll seal it for sure, right? Terrific job keeping his concentration and knocking those down.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're down by 4. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
I mean, it's iffy that there's enough time to even get a quick shot and a foul.
Tries again. And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
DeMar, big effort tonight. What is the state of mind of this club right now?
Just we focusing in on the defensive end. We know if we get stops, we can definitely score whenever we want.
And you got it done tonight, DeMar. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.